What's up, Kia 2 Technical? I'm back again with another video, and today we're just going to go over some of the new features in the design of iOS 26. This is the beta, so developer beta. So the first one, so some things may not be up to date, some things may be a little glitchy, but that's okay. So first we're going to go talk about it on the lock screen. So this is my lock screen setup. As you can see, it looks like it's glass because they're calling this the liquid glass design. So if you hold down on your lock screen, you will be able to edit it like always. You can come here and hit customize, and you get access to customizing your home screen, but you also are able to make this time bigger to look like an in-depth effect on like portrait photos, so on and so on. If you want your number to hide behind your picture, you can come and do that. I'm not a real fan of that, but that's there if that's something that you want to do. They also added this button here. You can click on that and it'll give it like it's popping out more video, more. Then it'll look like it is moving. That's something that you're into. Make it look like a 3D effect. I'm not a fan of that either, but that is something there. If that's something that you want to do, you can have access to doing that and to setting your clock in the back. So if you hit on the clock, like always, you get access to changing your clocks. But the only way you're able to stretch your time is with the original time, is with this font right here. If you go to these other fonts, you're not able to stretch it out. So if you want that effect, you may want to just use the first font that is available to you. But like I said, I'm not a real big fan of that, so I don't use that stretch mode. And that could change, you know, with this being the first beta test out. Things get better, or some things may get taken away, you know, once they figure out what they should keep and what they shouldn't keep. But you do get the glass effect, and this is the glass effect. It looks like it's glass. Then you get the solid effect. So if you don't want it to look like glass and you just want a solid color, you're able to use the solid, but we'll just go with glass for now. And I'm going to change it back to red to kind of complement my wallpaper there. The glass, can make it clear, darker, however you want to do it. As you can see, it can get lighter or it can get darker. So that is what pretty much has changed on the lock screen. And like I said, you get your extended wallpaper or the depth effect on this wallpaper if that's something that you want to do. So now let's go into the home screen. So this is my home screen. This is how I currently have it set up. I have it on the clear glass look. But I'm already going to say I'm not a big fan of that. I was hoping we could have gotten the rounded icons. I would have loved to have rounded icons instead of this glass looking effect. I believe this is coming from the Vision Pro devices. I believe that is how pretty much they're set up, and I'm not really a big fan of this, but it is what it is. So when this is fully available for everyone to use, if you're not a fan of this, I wouldn't recommend you update your device to this, because this is what you're gonna be stuck with. But anyways, everything looks clear and glassy because it's supposed to be liquid glass. So if you hold down on your home screen, like always, it gives you access to customize it. If you hit edit, it says edit widget, so you can edit widgets, or you can go to customize your widgets. And this is where everything gets a little different here, because there is some added fonts down in here. There are added fonts down at the bottom. So when you are on your clear, you have clear, which is currently what I'm using, but you also can have the dark clear, and this is what that will look like. Or you can have auto, so it'll be auto, but you can do dark clear, or you can just do all clear, but I'm gonna go with the dark clear for now. And then you also get tinted, but with the tinted, they have it to where now you can do a light tint. At first you only had a choice of just one tint, but now you can come here and do a light tint if you want a darker tint or a light tint. All you have to do is hit dark, then it'll go dark, or hit light, and then you'll get that light tint. Like I said, I'm really not a big fan of this liquid glass kind of thing, but it is what it is. And with this being the first beta of it, some things will work and some things won't work. So that's why some of my apps are not coming in right, because it's kind of glitchy, but that is to be expected. I'm not worried about that too much. I know as time goes on, they will air out some of the problems that are going on and get that fixed. Now, I can say this, the clear glass looks better if you have like a solid or gradient wallpaper, maybe with a little blur. It looks a little better when you have a wallpaper like that. But if you have a wallpaper with a lot of color and things going on, it kind of looks wonky. And then also your icons have changed to have like a glassy kind of look if you go to dark icons. As you can see, some of your icons are a little different there. Then you can do your clear icons, your regular icons, the light icons, and they look a little different, as you can see, to make it look like it's glass, a glass effect going on. But I really, really, really would have loved to see rounded icons, not these icons, because we've had these icons for always now. But that is what everything is going to look like. Your camera icon has totally changed. You can jump into your camera app. It is a little different now, so redesign. It's a little different here. When you jump from things, as you can see, you get like a little bubble effect or the glass effect there. Now you can go into your settings app, and then you can also go into your battery, and it'll show you your battery at the top. It'll show you when it was last charged. It says mine was last charged to 100% Tuesday at 12:46 p.m. So it'll give you that information. And when you plug in to charge it, it'll also pop up with it'll tell you how long it'll take for your device to get to a certain charge. So right now mine is at 60%. If I want it to go to 80%, it'll be 27 minutes. And if I want it to go to fully 100%, that'll take an hour and 40 minutes. So it also gives you that information, which is nice. So you'll know, say you need to top your phone off a little bit, you know how much time you have before it gets to 100, before it gets to 90, so on and so on. And then another thing that is kind of weird is that the buttons are elongated. They weren't that elongated before, but now they're a little elongated. That is weird. You did get a new keyboard kind of layout, but this only works with default apps. So when you go over to Google, it's the original keyboard that you had before you did this update. So now let's jump into the text messaging app, because things has changed in there also. So let me get something that had a choice of clicking on a person. Sorry, I need to get a different one. And then you changing backgrounds on your device. This is nothing new. It's new to iOS. Android has been able to do this forever now, but iOS decided to hurry to join the game a little later, but they did it. So now you can go in here and pick whatever kind of photo you would like to have on the background as your photo for that certain text group, so on and so on. So if you save it and then come out, this is what my text messaging would look like if I was texting with this person, which is my dad. You also get access to adding polls. So say you guys are trying to decide on what to do for the weekend, you can come in here and set up a poll of what you want to do, and they can come in here and choose what they want to do. But let's go back here, because I don't really care for the backgrounds. I just want to leave it plain. You know, I'm used to using it just like this, so we're going to leave it like that. Another thing that's changed is your phone app. This is how the call page will look for now. It'll put your favorite contacts up here at the top in a little square, in squares. People that you know, your favorites, people that you contact the most. And then down here you get a list. Get the list, and then you get your keyboard. The keyboard hasn't changed. The keyboard layout hasn't been this same layout. Now it just has the little glass effect. And then you get your search bar, so you can come in here and search for whoever you need to look for. Now your notifications have changed to clear on your lock screen. Now I'm a fan of that, because I didn't really care for just having a solid color when my notifications came in. So I'm a fan of that. And then you also get your glass, like translucent control center, as you can see. That looks a little different, and that's cool. Overall, so far this has been okay. I have had some glitching, which sometimes when I come into a text, my group chat text messages, it will fumble around with the photos and be moving around with the people. But like I said, that's something that can be changed with another update to this device. And then I also was having trouble with my face unlock. So it's working now, but after I updated my device, I had to go into settings and I had to set up a whole new face unlock, because it was not the original one that I had set. It was not really working, so I went and set up a new one, and it is running pretty good now. I can't really talk about my battery life yet. I haven't had a chance to mess with it too much. Like I said, it might be a little wonky because this is something new, a new interface, you know, loaded up. But as of right now, it's okay. Like I said, I'm just not a big fan of the glass look. I just really wish we could have gotten rounded icons. But other than that, it's a different touch, you know, something that if you want something a little new, it's a little fresh design for you that is out there. But if you're not a big fan of this, then when it's available to the public, I wouldn't recommend you update your device if you do not like some of the things that I showed you, the features and so on, the changes. I will be back with more videos if I can find some more things that changed about it. Right now, that's just what I see and what I know. that was going to be different for now. But I hope you found this video helpful, and I will catch you in the next one. I'm out.